Okay, so I definitely don't have a lot of time this morning. My kids are being picked up early. In fact, just doing this voiceover is going to put me a little behind the 8 ball, but whatevs, we'll be okay. All I'm doing today is my front squats, my pull-ups, and my push-ups. Crunched for time, so I'm kind of blasting through them. I'm doing assistance work in between sets, but that amounts to some lazy crawling. And really not a lot more than that. I also did kind of a fun thing today for my front squat minimum. I put 2.5s on the bar first, right? Instead of just doing the bar to warm up, I did it with 2.5s, and then I just didn't take them off. So I was 5 pounds heavier the whole way through. And instead of my minimum, which is 155, I did 160. This may not sound like a groundbreaking achievement to you, and the point of fact, it isn't. But I thought it was a pretty cool way because it legitimately tricked me. Like I really thought it was 155, and then until I unracked it, and I was like, oh, that's right. I fucking played a fast one on myself. I did 160 today. Well, aren't you a little sweetie, right? And then I did my pull-ups and push-ups. Now, typically, I do quite a lot of additional work with something like this, and today I just didn't, and I'm kind of glad I didn't. I only did sets of 3 and 4 of pull-ups and sets of 7 of push-ups. I did 8 sets, about 90 seconds rest between sets, with a little bit of movement in between each one. And that the movement was pretty chaotic and pretty lazy. So, it's not worth even talking about, really. It was just something to keep me a little sweaty and breathing a little labored. But that's it. I'm still breathing a little labored even right now as I kind of talk through it. But overall, a very low demand workout. Not overly impressed with myself on it, but considering I got the whole thing from start to finish, 30 minutes, yeah, man, I'll take it, why not? It counts for the day. I checked my boxes. That's right, sorry, my brain's a little snap, crackle, pop. I was a little disappointed in my pull-ups. I think I did a set of 3 sets of 4, and then 4 more sets of 3. And towards the end, I really had to get a little body English on the bar to get started. I'm doing dead hang pull-ups, and that bottom position, I was really struggling to find any torque out. Now this might be, there's 2 possible reasons for this. It could be A, that I'm just that out of shape in pull-ups, in which case getting 20 by New Year's is really going to be a problem, and I better dial that shit in. Or B, which I think is slightly more likely, my body is subconsciously protecting my elbow tendonitis. And so it's kind of like, when I'm hanging, it's like overriding my controls. Now, that's better, because it means my conditioning as far as pulling's not that bad, and that all I really got to do is focus on the elbow, either overriding the override, allowing me to do the pulls, or fixing the goddamn elbow tendonitis, which that one's a little trickier, but also it is getting better. It just, I'm doing the stupid bro thing where it gets better, and then I work hard, and then it gets worse. And I'm completing this cycle. And I need to work on some blood flow work. I need to work on some recovery, and just get this garbage under control. Yeah, you can see those pull-ups right there. They look like shit. 7 push-ups. They're looking just fine. It's not a demanding number of push-ups. In fact, the pull-ups and push-ups across the board just aren't that demanding, I should be able to crank out way, way, way bigger sets than this. But like I said in a previous video, I'm trying to give myself some room to grow, and I'm trying to not overburden the my adaptations. So like if I really don't make massive progress in push-ups and pull-ups, I'm not overly concerned, because I'm pushing it pretty hard on the running, and I'm pushing it pretty hard on the squats, you know, and those are my priorities. Pull-ups for me have always been a kind of thing that if I give them a little bit of attention and I lose a little bit of a weight, they just fly up. Now, does that mean that that's the way it's going to be in the future? No, not necessarily. But my body's been dependable on this in the past. And I got no reason to doubt the old kid this time around either. So, you know, not overly concerned. Let's see, we're at minute 6. I have 4 to go, and I'm running out of stuff to say. I wanted to make today's video like a little more just about exercise. You know, I feel like the last 3 or 4 days I had really good workouts, but I kind of got into a broody pseudo-philosophical mood. And if you're new to the channel, I'd just like to say that those make up only about half my videos. The other half are more like this, where I just talk through a workout. I just put my thoughts and feelings kind of on the proverbial page, which is in modern times a video, so that I can revisit it later, so that we can have little discussions. Which, by the way, I said little discussions just now, kind of dismissively. I benefit enormously from these discussions. They are not little to me, but hopefully they're little to you, right? I mean, it would be weird if I was overly important to you. And, you know, like, I like our friendships over here, but I certainly hope that you're not giving me too high a priority. And, you know, I have no reason to believe that you are. So that's good, right? Next week is deload week, and I'm excited for that. I am feeling a little fatigued, a little popped on all these movements, and I guess that could be reason C for the pull-ups. Last week's pull-up work was way more taxing than I expected. What's that called? The interference principle. I think I had some interference principle stuff hitting me pretty hard. I pushed the running hard, and then I added a small amount of calisthenics, and I didn't have any warning signs on the running, but I was terribly sore from the calisthenics, which is a little bit embarrassing. And what I think that is my body put all its energy into recovering from the runs, which it did really well, but I didn't have enough recovery points to get anywhere on the calisthenics. Mea culpa. But also, hey man, that's part of the game, you know? That's the fun of it. I mean, I think that I'm probably the world's worst one of these, but essentially I am a hybrid athlete. And I don't want to be good at one thing. I don't even want to be good at anything. I just like doing a ton of stuff, you know? If I'm honest, if I'm truly honest, I spend probably 2 hours a day on exercise, and that would be a slow day, you know? If you add video editing and all of that, which, I mean, Jesus, I don't really edit very well, but it's probably 3 on average, you know? And I do that because I love it. It's not some burden I feel like I have to do. Everything else is a burden. Ouch, I told the truth just for a second. Everything else isn't a burden, but like, this is a joy for me. I love making these videos. I love doing these workouts. I love flubbing a workout and embarrassing myself. I love when they go great, and I love when they go poorly. I really, truly do. And I want to make these videos for the rest of my life. I want there to be a ledger of my entire life through exercise on YouTube. I just think that would be super fucking cool. Anyway, that's it for today. A short little sweetie. I got to get to work. I got to take care of domestic stuff and then work stuff. But hey, I love you guys. Be nice to each other today, you know? I'm going to try real hard to do the same. When I was sitting on the floor earlier, that's what I was doing. Prepping myself to be nice today. I'll see you tomorrow.